Hey guys, Ryan from Recovery Tattoo here. Finally back with another one. I know I had a little hiatus there, but I think I'm gonna let some time go by on my story time so I don't overload it, but I wanted to make sure I have enough content on there. This is actually my 100th, my 100th video today. 100 videos, I got 80 subscribers. I'm happy about it. These are the designs I'm gonna work on today. I'm not sure how far I'll get through them, but I'm gonna tell the story of the first time I had to use a prison knife in prison. I'm gonna tell you the story right now. It was scary as shit. One of the scariest things I ever had to go through. So let's get ready. Here we go. All right. So real quick, I'm gonna do these. These are gonna be my next two pieces. Old school traditional, American traditional. I'm gonna start off with a Mass Pro 2 standard 9-round liner. I'm gonna be using the Inkject Flight Nano Elite with the 4.0 cam and the semi-rigid drive bar. I'm going to be using the Ambition battery grip at around 8 or 9 volts for lining. I think that covers it for now. Dynamic black, straight dynamic black ink. Real skin, fake skin from the UK. This is the only skin that exists besides one other company. These are handmade from the UK, so you can actually practice correctly, stretch correctly, get your angles correct. You can see blowouts because they're only between 1.3 and 1.7 millimeters thick. And they're the closest thing to real skin you're gonna get. You see how it stretches. You know, you can practice your stretch. You can practice your depth, practice your angles, practice all your needle groupings and sizes, and see what works for you the best. I recommend this stuff more than anything. I buy it by the kilogram. You can go on their site and get a whole bag of random size cutoffs for like 40 or 50 bucks, and you get 2.2 pounds of different sizes. That's why all my squares and strips are different sizes, because instead of $25 a page, I can spend about 100 because of the tariff and get 2.2 pounds of all. I got bags full of this shit now. I just sized the tattoo to fit whatever pieces I have. It's fucking perfect, right? Alright. I think I got everything good. I'm ready. Okay. First time that I had to actually get a hold of a piece of steel, metal in prison, and I had to be shown how to sharpen it. I had to be in the mindset to actually follow through with this. I had to do this because last time, one of the stories I told you about, when I took all that dude's heroin in R&D, and me and my bunkie beat him up, and I went to the hole. Remember I told you guys that story? Okay, so consequences to that was he sent the goons after me. So what happened was I got shipped to a different prison because he got hurt so badly, so they had to separate us. They put a no contact on us. He was in the hospital for months. So anyways, they shipped me out of Concord, and they shipped me right to Berlin because I was a violent inmate, they said. So I get to Berlin. This was the first time I went to Berlin too. So, and Berlin's set up completely different than Concord. Everything's indoor. It looks way more like a county jail than it does a state prison. But it absolutely is a state prison. So,
they decide to proceed with the exploration. You see what I mean? It's like freaking huge.
So,
that's what I'm saying, man. It's like
what happened was I get up there, you know, I'm just fucking trying to get used to where I'm at, right? I'm just trying to see if I know anybody, trying to get, you know, acclimated, because this is the first time that I've been to this prison. There's only 2 in this state. Concord's the big one. Berlin's a good size, but it's newer.
Holy guys, this floor is like walking on.
And it's set up like a county jail, like like the cells look like, and all the blocks look like a county jail.
Wow.
Your doors, you have an actual door. It's not fucking bars like it is in Concord. So anyways, none of that's the point. The point is I get up to Berlin. I'm not thinking nothing of it.
This floor is so unsafe, it's unreal.
If anything, I was getting props for, you know, for taking the hit, because there was 6 more people involved in hurting that kid and taking his stuff. And, you know, all I had to do was, you know, tell on everybody. And I would have, you know, got out of trouble. But I don't roll like that. If I do something, I take the punishment like a man. That's what you do. If you can't take the punishment, don't be fucking around or doing nothing. Right? So, anyways, this is why my videos are long. It's because I take my time and I'm trying to think of details, and it's wicked late at night. It's my only time to do this is after work. So, anyways, so I get to Berlin. Boom. I got my Chow Hall face on, right? Serious face. You know, by this time, you know, I had some more tattoos. You know, I fit in a little bit, but I was still new. And everybody knew it. So, I'm getting fucking eyeballed by everybody. And so my head's on a fucking swivel. Only because it has to be all the time. You never know when a problem's coming. Especially when, not that I was in the mix, but I was in the mix. You know, I did hang out. I was affiliated with a group in there. I was definitely doing things I wasn't supposed to do. Shouldn't be doing. But I was very young, and I didn't want to be known as the fucking punk white kid and to be fucked with. So if you don't want that, then you gotta, you know, show people that you don't fuck around. Win, lose, or draw, you jump in that fucking paint. It doesn't matter, you know. I've lost way more fights than I've won, but I've never, ever, ever, ever backed down. That's never happened. I've never come up with excuses. I'm not sitting there copping deuces. I've never done that or been that guy. If you want to fight me, even if I'm scared, or I know you're gonna fuck me up, I'm still gonna do it. So anyways, you have to have that mentality, and you actually have to live that way in prison. That's just how it is. If you're not ready for that, don't go to prison, because you have to. You better be ready to get hurt, be hurt, and be extremely uncomfortable and upset all the time. Feeling like you can't do anything without thinking twice, or, you know, getting in trouble. You got to think about all the politics. You got to think about every move you make before you make it, because you don't know who you're affecting all the way down the line. So anyway, I can get into prison politics later. So what happened to me was I get there, I get my assigned shit, I get in there, I get my room, I get used to the fucking daily routine, seeing how it goes there. And about a week into it, they call for Chow. And right before chow, they do the mandatory count. So you gotta go back to your cell and wait for the cop to come by and do a count before they unlock the doors, and then you can go to chow. So, boom, they do count. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm just shooting the shit with my bunkie. We're talking about how, where we're gonna get our next fucking piece of Suboxone from, right? Fucking junkies. But, so I'm leaving. So they do count. Boom, count. Everybody counts clear. All the doors pop. It's time for chow.
Dude, please tell me they have. Holy dude, please. Did you read the article?
And when you go to chow, they let the entire, like in Berlin, there was 4 blocks downstairs and 4 blocks upstairs.
No, for real.
So they would let the downstairs blocks out all at once to go to chow. And when you come out of your block, there's like a sally port. Like you got to walk through a door and then you're in this room before they pop the next door and you're out into the hallway and ready to go do whatever you're gonna do. Right? So
I've done this before and I hurt my ankle in snow.
I go to chow. Boom. Eat. Everything's all set. Shooting the shit with my bunkie. In Berlin, everything's inside as well. So you just walk down the hall. Everything's right there. Everything. Canteen. You don't go outside for anything except for yard. And yard going outside used to make me depressed. So I wouldn't go. I went years without going outside. So,
The fact that he's so silent and quiet, either I intimidated him or he's playing on fucking
boom. We're coming back from chow, and like I said, they let all 4 blocks out at once to go to chow. We're all eating. The whole chow room's full. I got my head on a swivel always. You have to have it on a swivel always. Or the very first time you don't, you're going to be fucking wishing you did. So anyways, still not thinking nothing at all about the situation that I just did. Like, I did my whole time. Time has gone by now. So now I did my whole time in Concord for the assault, Then they ship me out. So I'm in Berlin for like a week. We go to chow. Just like any other day. And like I said, that sally port you had to wait in before they popped the second door to actually come out. We call it the sally port, but it's like a little bubble. It's just like it's like a hallway room that you gotta wait before they pop the second door to let you all the way out of the block. And so there's no cops paying attention to who's going in and out either. And so when I come back from chow, I wait for them to open the first door so we can go into the fucking sally port, and then they pop the other door, and then we'll be in our block, right? It's the exact same thing, but opposite when you come back. And I notice right away that there's a couple of people in there that I don't recognize. They're in the sally port, which means they're going into my block. They've already gone in the first door. And when I look up, they're looking at me. I didn't realize. I recognize that I don't recognize them from my block. I know they don't live in my block, but people go to other blocks all the time. You can get in big trouble for it, but it's wicked easy to get away with too. So there's these 2 black dudes in the fucking sally port with like me and fucking 10 other random people. And I notice that they're fucking being quiet and they're fucking eyeing me. And I don't know them. So right away my heart drops and my stomach drops and I have that feeling like, fuck, something's wrong. I could tell something was wrong. Something's gonna happen here. And you know, I say something to my bunkie, like I lean over to him. I'm like, hey, my man. I'm like, these guys are fucking eyeing me. I think there's gonna be a fucking problem. He thought I was just paranoid because people go to other blocks all the time. I was like, listen, bro, I got a fucking feeling, and they're eyeing me. There's something fucking wrong. And I didn't owe anybody money at this point, none of that. So like, I'm trying to think about any issues that I got. I don't understand like why you know, I just have a very bad feeling and I'm trying to think of what I could have done or if it's even for me, because you'll be in that situation a lot and feel wicked, uncomfortable and unsafe. And the whole thing was for somebody else. But when the violence is for you, you have a whole different feeling. It is March 5th, 2015, 10 years ago, and the explorers are inside an abandoned property. Oh my God, this whole thing is going on in slow motion in my head. I can't fucking think. It's just all like woo, 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 like fucking a bell going, like my head. I just couldn't, like, I just knew something was wrong, and I knew something was about to happen any second. I could feel it. My body was shaking. I couldn't breathe. And the second they fucking popped, and when they popped the door, it's like a loud fucking noise. You know what I mean? If you're not paying attention and you hear that, you're gonna look. It like takes your attention away from whatever you're doing for a second, right? So boom, they pop the door. The guys that are there that I'm worried about don't say anything or do anything. So while we're in there, so I'm kind of just like, and we were in there for like a good 5 minutes waiting. That's why I got the bad feeling, because I could tell we were in there long enough. I could tell they were looking at me. So what happens is they pop that second fucking door. You hear the ba-bang. Like that, right? And the door's getting buzzed, so you gotta open it. And as soon as I fucking boom, a couple of guys are going into the block, single file, because it's only a door, you know, you can only go in one at a time. So people are going in. These guys are holding back. I'm like, fuck, something's wrong. And I can't understand why, because I know I haven't done anything. And so boom, the door locks and it unlocks and everybody's walking through. And then I just say, fuck it. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Whether it's me, it's either me or it isn't. Right? So I go to walk through the door, which means I had to put my back to them, which was the mistake, my first mistake. I put my back to them to walk into the door, and I could just, like I said in the last video, in my whole life, I can always feel when something's about to happen. I can fucking duck or move out of the way or do some type of move where somebody doesn't get the first hit off on me. I don't know. I mean, I've been punched straight in the face for sure. I've been jumped. I've been fucking hospitalized, all that. But like face to face, like I was saying in the other video, no one's ever been able to pop me like that. I've ducked every, you know what I mean? You know how many first punches I've ducked and they've just totally missed? And I'm able to like come up with a sick uppercut or like, you know, just take them off their feet real quick and do some ground and pound, whatever. So anyway, boom, the door unlocks and I have to walk through. As soon as I walk through, as soon as I put my back to them, my fucking stomach, my whole body is aching, screaming at me to be cautious. Something's wrong, right? As soon as I walk through the door, I get halfway through the door and I can feel it. I can feel wind. I don't know how. But I fucking glance back and dude's got a lock in his sock and he's already swinging it. So, and he was mid-swing to hit me right in the fucking back of the head with a padlock and a sock. Shit does fucking damage. That'll break someone's whole skull. That'll kill somebody if you hit them hard enough.
With the landowner insisting that the police must arrive
So,
before they are allowed to leave, claiming that if they don't
I fucking panic, and I fucking drop to the fucking ground so I can not get hit by that fucking,
people inside an abandoned house
not get hit by that fucking lock in the sock, right?
made it out.
But I'll be honest,
The videos
I dropped out of that, but he still got me. He like got me in the back of my shoulder or some shit. Like he still hit me and it fucking hurt, but he didn't get me in the back of the head while I wasn't paying attention. That's the fucking important part, right? Hold up, 1 second.
at first they laughed it off,
So boom,
it's just another.
it's fucking action time, right?
However, as the figure moves,
I don't know, maybe I don't know how many of you that are listening have been in situations like this. I don't know how many of you have been in multiple fights or any violent situations, but I don't care who you are, you get that pit in your stomach, like you're going like a steep fucking roller coaster when you go down the steep part. You know what I mean? How it drops in your gut. Like you get the nervousness, you get not, maybe not scared, but definitely sometimes scared. It all depends on who you are and how many, once you go through it a bunch of times, it turns more into nervousness because you don't want to get hurt. And so when the topic comes up of you getting like really hurt, and you have to sit with that and think about it, it really fucks with you, I'll tell you that. And then, so, boom, I dive to the ground and not get hit with this fucking, he was full swing over his fucking head, swinging this thing as hard as he could. Thank God I fucking saw it. I fucking dive to the ground, and as I'm going down, he fucking hits me with it. It hits the back of my shoulder. Swear to God, it feels like my fucking shoulder broke. But in the moment, you don't really, like, when the adrenaline's pumping like that, you don't really, like, feel, like, you can feel pain, don't get me wrong, and you do, but, you just don't feel it as much in the moment when you're going through it. So, smash my fucking shoulder, right? Then I hit the ground, and I, like, roll and try to fucking get some space in between me and him. And not only that, like I said, there was two of them. There was fucking two of them. So by the time I hit the ground and roll and go to stand up, the second dude is already running over and field goal. He tries to fucking field goal kick me in the face, like while I'm down. And again, I saw that coming, so I was at least able to move my fucking face. So, he fucking still connects. He kicks me like right in the fucking chest or some shit. And I lose my fucking breath. And so, this other dude with the lock in the sock, he keeps, like, it's hard to handle one of those, like, when it's long, it's like, it takes time to swing one of those. You can't just like swing. It doesn't work like that because the sock and the lock are too far apart. So he's trying to hit me, but I can see every one of those coming. So like I'm moving, but I'm getting kicked and hit at the same time by this other kid. I'm thinking my fucking life's over. I'm like, these guys are gonna fucking really fucking hurt me right now. and I'm freaking the fuck out. And so all I'm trying to do is get up off the ground and get space between me and them. That's just what I need to do. I need to get off the fucking ground, and I need to fucking stand up and get toe to toe, or get some space so I can get my bearings and then get toe to toe, whatever. So they're punching and kicking. Well, one dude is punching and kicking me while I'm trying to get up. So obviously that's slowing me down. And I'm also trying to cover up from the second dude who's like circling me, trying to fucking hit me with this fucking lock over and over again. He gets me behind the knee a second time. That one took me off my feet for a few minutes. The back of the knee, oh my God. I wasn't walking right for weeks after that. So anyway, what happens is they're kicking my fucking ass. That's what's happening. And I still have no idea why. There's always a reason. In prison, shit happens to you, but it could just be wrong place, wrong time, talk to the wrong person, said the wrong thing by accident. Like, you can find, even if you do everything you can to make sure you're not in any weird situations, you're still going to find yourself in some, and stuff like this is going to be happening. So anyways, I still don't know why either, like I said. So, whatever, it's happening. I'm getting attacked. I'm a man at the end of the day. You're going to fucking do your best. So, they're fucking me up. And it feels like forever, too. But it's probably only been like a minute and a half. But that's a long time. It's taking me forever to get on my feet because that second dude is just like fucking going to town on me, and it's stopping me from getting up. Because he's a wicked, like, stringy, skinny little fucker. So he could swing really fast and move really fast, So I'm fucking getting hit, I'm getting kicked, I'm fucking back, I'm like rolling back, I'm trying to get backwards, back, and dude's just on top of me. For some reason, he fucking, I don't know, he got tired, somebody said what's up to him, I have no idea. My higher power stopped him, I really couldn't tell you what. Dude stopped fucking hammering on me for a second, which gave me the exact amount of time I needed to stand up. So I stand up, and I'm able to fucking, I got some friends in my pod, and like I said, I rolled with a group while I was in there. So after I was getting fucked up for a while, some of my boys stepped in and stopped that and made it so I could get up and fight both of them one-on-one, back-to-back. And this is when I find out what it's for. That dude that I beat up and took all his drugs in Concord, the dude I assaulted with my bunkie and the other guys, the story I told you guys, where when I went to the hole with heroin and weed, he fucking paid a gang to fucking attack me. To fucking either put steel in me or put me in the hospital. That's what he wanted. Which means, and when I say put the steel in you, I mean like, a prison knife. He wants me stabbed. And so, whatever. I'm kind of fucked up at this point a little bit because I just took kind of a beating, but not too bad. Just all over the body and legs and my back and shoulders and shit. So I'm in fucking pain, but it's also, this is now happening in front of everybody. It's time to put on, no matter how you feel. You're not dead, so you can keep going. So, boom, I get up with the first guy, right? Boom, we square up. Like I said, I mean, I'm skinny as well. I'm 6'1", and I'm skinny, so I'm fast, just like this kid was. But I think maybe he's probably been in a few more fights than me at this stage in my life. But whatever, it is what it is, right? So we square up, boom. Boom, he fucking swings. I fucking move out of the way and come over with the right. Crack him. Boom! First punch I got off after I got been hit fucking 100 times already. But when I hit him, it rocked him, but it, like, remember I told you I got hit in the shoulder with the fucking lock in the sock right before, in the beginning of all this? Whatever damage that did made it so when I was throwing punches with my dominant hand, I didn't have a full range of motion, and it fucking hurt to move that way. So finding that out really fucking sucked, but I got it. Boom, smash him after he swings, and I move out of the way. And then I follow up. Just follow right up. Boom, I connected with one, and I just go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm just bing, 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 bing. And as soon as I do that, you know, that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make in prison. If you're gonna fucking fight a gang member in any way, one-on-one, you better, I mean, even if you can beat him up, let him win. You know? I'm not saying let the dude fuck you up and hurt you too bad, but at the end, let it be said that they won the fight, because otherwise you're getting jumped. You can't beat up a gang member in prison and get away with it. You know, they're coming in 5, 6, 7 deep right after. Very short, right away when you do that. So let them beat you up a little bit. Get yours in, get your licks in, whatever. But at the end, make sure that they can say they won, because you're getting fucking hurt in a very short time if you beat them up. So, anyways, right? I fucking following up on this kid. I'm fucking getting him, and he's starting to curl up a little bit. And so my fucking shoulder hurts every time I throw a punch. This kid's curled up to where I can't get face shots and shit anymore. All I can get is like the back of his head, the side of his head, his body. And those, punching someone in the head hurts your hand a lot. It's like punching a fucking brick wall. But like I said, you don't really feel much pain until after the fight's over because of the adrenaline and shit. But it still hurts. I can feel it. And then all of a sudden, because I was fucking winning at this point, the kid probably would have fucked me up. I was able to duck his first one and get a few on him right away. But right after that happened, the other kid with the lock in the sock fucking cracks me in the neck with it while I wasn't looking. He was trying to hit me in the head, but he hit me in the fucking back side of my neck. And that fucking took me right off my feet. And I had to fucking curl up. And they just jumped and beat the shit out of me and hit me with that lock. I was curled up, so they weren't getting no face shots or none of that. But my whole body. So they beat the shit out of me and then waited for every hour the doors would pop and you could go out to the officer's bubble or whatever. Like I said, there was 4 blocks down there. So every hour, all 4 doors would open and you could come out of the block for 10 minutes. So that's how that's how you'd get shit from a different block. That's how you would slide across the hall if you were gonna, whatever. And then you would just wait the hour in the other block and then they'd pop the doors and you could jump back out and go back to where you're supposed to go, right?
Drug busts and murders. While documenting the eerie
So-
surroundings, they soon encounter a homeless man.
Dude hits me in the fucking side of the neck. That takes me out.
Eventually, security
I'm seeing stars. I can't really see. Like it's black.
and recent police
All I can do is hear, and it's like still, it's even that is like a muffled.
This situation
It's like a muffled sound. I drop. Then, and I wasn't covering up too much at this point because, like I said, I couldn't even see. That rocked me. That really hurt me. So the kid without the lock ends up fucking stomping on my forehead with his boot. And he stomped on my forehead with his boot, and he connected a little bit of my nose, and he cracked the top bridge of my nose. And so blood squirts everywhere after that. Once that happened, they stopped. And everybody just dispersed and, acted like nothing was going on. But I was holding my fucking face together, my fucking shoulder, my jaw, my nose. I felt like I was gonna fucking die. So I had to fucking get up, go to the fucking door, which is just the closest place I could go to stand up. And then I went to my cell as slowly as I could and tried to clean up, get the blood, get the bloody, get all the blood off me, get the bloody clothing out of the cell. This is the shit cops look for if they don't catch you fighting. And I just plan on like half when they do count. I can't go to chow until I heal up. I can't go anywhere. I'm gonna get in trouble if you're all lumped up. So I get to my room, and the blood won't stop from my nose. I didn't know it was just throbbing pain. I could barely see. I could see stars. And it wouldn't stop bleeding. My shoulder now at this point, I couldn't even move my whole right side of my body. And my neck, I couldn't move my head either. It was just getting worse and worse by the second. Everything was swelling. The pain was just throbbing. And then I started to get worried, like I was really, really injured. I didn't know what to do. So, I talked to a few friends on the block. I'm like, listen, I'm no bitch, but I got broken bones. You're not supposed to go to the fucking cops for nothing. You don't go and say I need help. You don't go when you get beat up and say you got beat up or say you fell. You don't do any of that. But you can do that if you're really actually hurt. You go and say you fell down the stairs or you fell in the shower or you fell off the top bunk, rolled over or whatever. They know the regular excuses, but they have to take care of you no matter what you say. So about an hour later, my bunkie talked me into fucking just going to the hospital. So I waited for the fucking hour to go by for the doors to pop so I could go out to the cops, bubble, and tell them that I need to go to the infirmary.
One of Ace's friends bumps into a homeless man or squatter.
I walk out I walk out the block.
They politely explain that they're just explorers.
I glance over to my right, which is where the
Hoping to get
cops'
photos.
desk was, and they saw me,
The man
and they fucking, their jaws dropped.
wanting to avoid any conflict.
Their jaws dropped. I was walking all fucked up. My neck was twisted. I was limping. I was bleeding profusely out of my face and nose. And so I really didn't have to say anything. I didn't have to go out there and be like, I fell and this hurts. No, I was in the kind of shape where nobody's asking right away if you need help. I needed help. That's just all there was to it. You know, they wanted to know the story too, but not right then. I didn't have to say shit. They go, holy fuck, and they call the code. They fucking put everybody back in their cells, and they bring me to the infirmary, and they know what's up. They know that I'd been in a fight, but I wasn't gonna tell them nothing. I told them I fucking slipped in the shower after chow and hit my face on the ground, and I just kept to that story. Whatever. I'm not no rat. And there's no reason for me to tell because it's not going to get me, it's not going to help me in any way. It's just going to make me a scumbag. It doesn't get you out of trouble. Telling doesn't get you out of trouble. Telling just makes you a fucking piece of shit. You shouldn't have been there then if you're going to tell. So anyway, I ended up spending like a week in the infirmary because there was damage in my leg, there was damage in my neck, and the bridge of my nose was fucked up. And so they had to do a few different things that I wasn't happy with and that hurt a lot. And, I found out that it was because that kid, like I said, that kid I robbed, he fucking paid a gang to come and do what they were trying to do, or what they did really. And I'm gonna make this a 2-part video because I'm gonna finish this story, and then part 2 will be like what I did about it. You know what I mean? I didn't just let that go. This is just something that happened, and then what my retaliation is a whole nother story in itself. So, like I was saying, I ended up getting some fucking, I got my nose broke. They did they tore some shit in the back of my knee when they hit me with the lock there. And they did something to my neck where I had to wear a neck brace for fucking 2 months. Because I couldn't really turn my head the right way. So that was one of the first times that I was in a situation like that. And, weapons were used. And my retaliation, I think I went a little too far with my retaliation. This is one of the first times that I really did some damage to somebody, like.
And not wanting to cause further problems, the group decides to leave and head towards the
saying that you're gonna do, like, to say you're gonna do something to somebody, and then and then actually doing it are two different things. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's a tough guy. Like, you're never gonna hear anybody say, really, for the most part, like, nah, man, I'm a bitch. Like maybe a couple squares or like straight edge kids maybe or something, but like for the most part, in general, and especially in prison, you never ever hear, everybody's always the toughest. Everybody's always the baddest. Everybody's always got the best drugs. Everybody's always got the best fucking right hook. Everybody's always got the best plug. Everybody, you know what I mean? Like, how's that possible? How does everybody have the best drugs? How is everybody the toughest guy in the world? How is everybody, you know what I mean? It's fucking stupid. But anyways, they hospitalized me. But I had time to think about what the fuck I was gonna do, and that was probably the problem, is I had too much time to think, too much time to get mad, too much time to think about like what I looked like in front of everybody getting fucking jumped and beat up like that. Even though I know I'm not thought of any differently, I still fought. I still got mine in. I didn't back down in any way. I didn't run. None of that. you know, I stood my own. So I got, you know, nobody's talking shit because I lost a fight. That's not how it works. You're gonna lose fights, especially if you know, you're gonna lose fights. It's just all there is to it. You're not the baddest guy out there. I don't care who you are. And even if you're really tough, you're still gonna get fucked off. I'm sorry. You just are. The prison, you can't take the prison system. You can't take the gangs. Someone that's fucking half your size is gonna be the guy who fucking puts you in the hospital forever. So, not only that, like I said, I had to wear that neck brace for longer than I was even in the hospital. So, I was fucking reminded very often how pissed off I was that these guys hurt me that bad. He should have done that. Even though he wasn't there, he should have fucking taken care of his own business. That's what he should have done. He shouldn't have sent some gang. That's some bitch ass shit. If you can't go and handle your own business, then don't be in business. That's all there is to it. If you're not ready to win, lose, or draw, if you're not ready to fucking, you know, be in war mode all the time, don't go to prison. Because it's that fight or flight mode 24/7 all the time, the entire time you're there. It fucked up my mind. I have such bad PTSD and anxiety now. I mean, I still wear shower shoes in the shower, my own shower. And I've been out since 2016. So I don't recommend people using drugs because that leads to prison. I don't recommend, and death and life ruining things, right? I don't recommend people go out there and break the law or steal or anything that's going to land them in prison, because if you are not about that, I don't care if you think you're about that. The people that are really about that life, ready to fucking, you know, kill or be killed type mentality, you know, most men will say, yeah, man, I'd take care of business. I'll fight everybody until they kill me. Everybody says that. But when you're actually in the corner and your life is actually in question, trust me, all that fucking tough guy shit goes right out the window. I promise you. I promise you. Being scared for your life is such a gnarly feeling when you're staring at it in the face, or even maybe not your life, just extreme pain and injury. Is such a gnarly feeling. It's such a gnarly feeling. I don't recommend. Just stay out of jail. Don't do drugs. There's so much other cool shit to do. Hit me up. You know, we can go do something. Fuck it. You know, I'm down to talk. I'm down to fucking hang out. I'm down to fucking tattoo. I'm down to fucking whatever it takes. Let's just not go to prison or start being a fucking drug addict, because both are gonna fucking put you in situations like the ones I'm telling you in my videos. So this is my 100th video. I wanted to make it special, but I couldn't really. It's late. I can't really think of anything special. I'm putting a story time out, and there's going to be a part 2, which is my what I did about this. Because like I said, it happened in front of everybody. Whether it did or didn't, I would have to go and get my get backs, because these guys jumped me and beat me up and put me in the hospital. So I have to go in it and try and do something. Right? You have to, or, you know, or you're going to be looked at like you're a bitch, and that's the very last. You can't be you can't be a bitch in prison. You have to, it's way better to just take your beating. If you're scared to fight, just take your beating. You're not going to die. Just take your beating. Always, always, always step in the ring. Win, lose, or draw. And I'll tell you why. So, like I was saying, and it's way easier said than done. You have to go through these things that I'm talking about to understand, like, the feelings I'm talking about, to understand what it's really like. You don't understand how gnarly it is unless you've been through it. It's fucking crazy to live in fight or flight mode and totally have to worry about your well-being every second of every day for years on end. It fucking fucks with you. You know, excuse my language, but I'm just being real with you guys. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. You don't come out rehabilitated. You come out a better criminal, or you come out a worse drug addict, or, you know, there's nothing to do there. They don't do anything there. There's nothing. All the state prisons are just where all the bad guys go, and you sit them in a fucking block by themselves to do whatever they fucking want. What do you think's gonna happen? You know what I mean? There's no structure, there's no routine besides like chow and yard, and like that's, other than that, that's it. You know, we're out of ourselves all day long in the block. And this is Berlin. You know, there's cells, there's 2 floors on one side with cells on the bottom all the way down, and then on the top all the way down. And then the right side of the block is just a concrete wall with some phones on the end. And then in the middle is just a few tables. And then on one end is showers. It's set up just like a county block, except for it's like a 180 design. Like there's only cells on one side. So obviously, when you get into a situation like that, even if I didn't have to go to the hospital, any mutual combat or any fight or any incident like that where you're hurt, they move you to it. If they don't, they never put you back where you were at, because they know what's up. They know you just got beat up, or you just got into a fight, or whatever. They know what's up. But if you don't tell them and they don't got proof, you can't get in trouble. It's just what it is.
With tasers drawn,
So
the officers escort them out of the building. What had started as an adrenaline-fueled
like I said,
now feels more like an arrest.
when you're in prison,
Firmly read outside. Once outside,
you can't let something like that go.
not to
You
return.
just can't. You're going to be forced to, even though like you think to yourself like, yeah, okay, I would let it go. They moved me to a different block. I don't see him no more. Like, nah. That dude's in another block telling everybody how they fucked you up and made you look like a sucker, and you're not doing nothing about it. That's what's being said and being spread. And in prison, the drama shit spreads like wildfire, especially if it has anything to do with like being a bitch or a punk in some way. So
Experience the thrills of urban exploration safely, from the comfort and safety of our own homes. There's nothing quite like the adrenaline rush from behind the
So in the state, in boots, the state boots, not anymore because they realized, but in the Timberland boots on commissary and shit,
video of the evening comes
and even the cheap boots, the work boots that you can buy have, if you rip the sole out, there's a large piece of fucking aluminum
and other derelict sites across America.
or steel in the fucking rubber of the sole of the boot.
Thrill of sneaking into risky locations.
And
Tension of not knowing who or what might be inside.
so I just took somebody's old boots and got the piece of metal out of there. And you know, there's a whole story that goes with this and what's about to happen next and how I plan it and what I do and all the next steps of getting my retaliation, because I'm not letting that go. This was somewhat early in my bid, and I had plenty of time left to do, and there was just no fucking way I could let that go and still live comfortably in the prison. There's just no fucking way, because you'd end up getting beat up everywhere you go. That's what happens. All right, guys. So I'm probably just gonna I'm gonna end the story here because I've already been talking for an hour, and it's insane. It's insane how fast time goes by. But anyways, I would tell the second part of the story now, but people aren't listening. You know, even the hour-long videos, I get way less views, but it's okay. I'm here for the long haul. Get ready for part 2. I might even record it today and put it out in a day or two if I get any feedback, or if you people want the second part. Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. This is Ryan from Recovery Tattoo. If you have any suggestions, comments, constructive criticism, suggestions of where you want this channel to go or what else you want to see, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm doing this because it's a therapeutic outlet for me, and if I can help even just one person, or entertain one person, or make one person laugh, or one person think, damn, I'm not going to do drugs because, or damn, I'm not going to commit this crime right now because, dude, that story fucked me up. Like, there's a bunch of prison channels out there, and I don't consider myself a prison channel because I'm not. I just did a large portion of my younger life in jails and prisons and rehabs, and so I have a lot of stories that go with that. This is like a story time channel that I'm gonna and I'm gonna introduce follow alongs where I give, like, I'll put the stencil out so you guys can have it, and then you can tattoo the same thing at the same time as me. We can do lives that way. I want to do reaction videos, maybe to some old school fucking Ink Master videos. We can fucking, you know, talk about their tattoos, or I can put some fucking collages together of TikTok's tattoos, or, like, you know, something like that. And then, like, I can just be in the corner showing you guys all this gnarly shit and talking about it, and, you know, just have a good time, make fun of it, laugh, and then I can also tell you exactly what's wrong and what happened too. When it comes to the tattooing thing, I'm very knowledgeable. I'm very far from a professional, but I take it very serious, and I want to make sure I know every single thing about it, because I want to do the best that I can, because I enjoy it so much. So I hope you guys are having fun. If you're still watching, you're fucking real. You're part of the family. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know you watched the whole video. That's dope as fuck if you did. Love all you guys. Part 2 of what I did next is actually a little bit more gnarly than this story, all right? So I hope you're looking forward to it. Let me know. I'm gonna do a time lapse of this tattoo right here for the end of this video, so you can see this tattoo finished, because I'm gonna finish it. All right, guys. Ryan from Recovery Tattoo. Stay clean, stay blessed. Let's fucking have a good time. Love you guys. Out.